This is a Lenovo Office PC I got for just $20. I bought it from eWaste as untested and no refunds, so I currently have no idea of what's inside of it or if it even works. The goal of this video is to turn this PC into a gaming PC for around $100, but first I need to see exactly what I got. I plugged it into a monitor and tried to turn it on, and at first I was getting no display, but when I tried powering it on again, it posted. It went to a no OS error screen, so I'm guessing we have no boot drive. I went to the BIOS and saw that we have an i5 7500 and a single 8GB stick of DDR4 RAM, which is actually pretty good for $20. After that, I installed a cheap 240GB SATA SSD and installed Windows 11 on it. Now that I have a fully working computer, I wanted to see what it could do before spending any more money on it. So before upgrading anything, I ran a few games to get a baseline and see what kind of performance this $20 PC can deliver. The first game I tried is the original Far Cry from 2004, and at 1080p with the high settings, it performed really well, getting between about 60 to 80 FPS, which overall felt pretty smooth and is a very good start for this PC. Next, I tried Minecraft 26.2 at 1080p with the fast graphics option and the render distance on 4, and it also ran very well. It averaged about 95 FPS and felt very smooth to play. Finally, I tried GTA 5 at 720p at the lowest possible settings and the results were pretty rough, averaging just under 20 FPS. Eventually, after a while, the textures stopped loading in and everything just looked gray. And yeah, it just wasn't good. After getting these results, it's pretty obvious that this PC can't really run any intensive games. So I decided to do a few inexpensive upgrades to turn this Office PC into a real gaming PC. The first thing I did was double the RAM from 8GB to 16GB, which really makes a huge difference in gaming performance and really just the overall smoothness of the PC. The next thing I did was install a real dedicated GPU. These small form factor PCs make it hard to install a GPU because they usually don't have any PCIe power connectors on the power supply and can only use half-height cards. With those restrictions in mind, the card I ended up with is a Radeon Pro WX 3100, which isn't a gaming GPU, but it's related to the RX 550 and performs very similar to the RX 550, and it also has 4GB of VRAM. After putting in the card, I realized that the drive cage tray wouldn't shut anymore because the card was slightly too long for the case. So what I ended up doing was marking where I needed to cut and then cutting it with a pair of cutters. It definitely isn't the prettiest solution, but it worked. Now that our PC's upgraded, I want to see how it performs. First game I reran was Far Cry, which was still at 1080p high, and it ran much better than before, averaging around 300 FPS, which felt very smooth and is a massive improvement from the integrated graphics. Next, I reran GTA 5, this time at 1080p low, and it ran significantly better, getting between the high 60s and mid 70s with occasional stuttering because the PC is now slightly CPU bound, but it's a huge improvement from last time. The next game I ran was CS2 at 1080p with the lowest graphics settings, and it performed very well, averaging about 90 FPS, which was a very smooth and surprisingly competitive experience. Next, I tried Forza Horizon 5 at 1080p lowest, and it actually performed very well. It averaged just under 60 FPS and felt very smooth, which was a great experience considering the cost of this PC. Finally, I ran Cyberpunk 2077 at 720p with the lowest possible graphics settings, and I was honestly really surprised by these results. It ran averaging about 20 to 30 FPS, which is surprisingly playable for a PC that costed under $100. It's honestly impressive that a PC like this can even run a modern AAA title like this. Overall, I think this PC is actually really good for the price it costed. It can actually play a decent amount of games, and it's a great way to give an old Office PC a second life instead of letting it get scrapped. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe as we're really close to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.